Hey there YouTube, and welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing. Today is day 2 of the detail of the RV behind me. The first video, I washed the vehicle, let it dry overnight. Now this is day 2 and I'm going to be waxing the vehicle. And if you watched my first video, you know the guy is not looking for any type of paint correction. All he wants is a good wax on the car, or the vehicle, and he wanted all the black streaks removed, which we got the black streaks removed yesterday. And so today is gonna be waxing, and we're gonna be using Griot's Garage one-step sealant. Let's do it. Let's give you just a quick walk around. The vehicle is clean. Remember the wheels from my last video? They had baked on brake dust. They're clean. Where the black streaks were, I'm still seeing just a hint. I mean, barely. You'd really have to look for them to see them, but I think the one-step sealant's going to take care of the rest of that. I know this walk around's probably not very good because I can't get the whole vehicle. Show you the top. If you remember from the first video, all the black specks and stuff that were on it, and dirt, and it had a spider. It looks a lot better. Me and my wife got up here and crawled around and cleaned it by hand. I had to call in reinforcements. What we're going to be using today: Griot's Garage one-step sealant, and then all the foam pads, 5.5-inch pads, the 6-inch random orbital, great machine, and then the 3-inch is going to be for small areas, and then your A-pillars, stuff that I can't get my 6-inch polisher on, and then I've got some blue painter's tape right there, which we will be masking off any plastic, trim. You don't want to get the wax on because it does kind of suck to get off of there. So I'm gonna get everything all set up, get the windows and everything taped off, and then we will begin. Well, this isn't gonna be easy, but I need to get wax up here. I'm on top of the car, and I'm going to use a black pad, a finishing pad with the one-step sealant on the whole roof, because this roof, not sure what's made of, plywood maybe, and just got some paint on it. I don't want to go through the paint, so just this is very, very low cutting pad. So I already shook up my one-step sealant. I'm going to butter the pad up. You don't have to butter this one up as much as you do like an orange cutting pad. That's pretty much good enough. And I'm gonna have to lay down. I'm gonna start on slow speed to get the product spread out. Hopefully I can hold on to it. And that's how easy one-step sealant is to put on. And it's hard to keep my cord up here with the noises you're hearing. Put some dots on here. One-step sealant. I don't go slow or anything like that. It's basically just a wax with a little bit of a sub-micron abrasives in it to cut just a little bit. And once again, he's not looking for correction. Just wax. And if I didn't mention, one-step sealant, you don't remove immediately. You let it haze up just like you would a normal wax, and then once it's hazed up, you take it off. I wish I'd have thought about that before I just did all this. Let me move you back. Because I think I'm gonna put this on the glass. Glass has some water spots and stuff on it. This will seal it so that when the rain hits it, it should just run off of it and shouldn't dry on the surface. Plus I need to get all the way down there. My family down there. Oop. Making sure I don't fall off this thing. Yeah, the compressor over there is running. And the exhaust fan is over there. So hopefully you're hearing me. This wax is ready. As you can see, right there. This here, those new towels I got off that Shiney's Details. I'm going to show you how easy this wax is to remove. You see, that's actually where the cord was dragging along. One swipe, well, two, I guess, back and forth. And then on the glass. That's how easy one-step sealant is to remove. It's been on there for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna move you back and I'll do this whole thing. And these towels are working out really good, picking up the wax really well. Still don't know how I'm gonna get all the way up there. Guess I'm just gonna have to lay down and stretch as far as I can. There you go. That's how easy it wipes off. These towels, definitely recommend these towels. Because now we're gonna move on to the hood. And I'm not gonna do every panel. Some might be in time lapse and this is just gonna be just like yesterday, whatever I can grab the camera and do videos on. But we're gonna do the hood. And with these louvers right here, I'm gonna go right over them with my polisher. That doesn't bother me at all. But what I'm gonna do is spread it out really good on the front first. That way I don't have any polish that's gonna get in there and sling down. That way with the pad is mainly here and just work my way up so it's not nearly as heavy or wet. So I've already buttered my pad. Cord over the shoulder. We're gonna go slow speed. We're using an orange correcting pad. Just to spread it out. Notice I'm not going here yet. Speed is not a big deal on this one-step sealant. You know, going really slow. I am applying some pressure to it. So now I'm going to go across here. That's pretty much it. We're gonna let it cure up. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so much it's dry. This is how easy it is. It's that simple. Well, as you can tell, I am burning up. I gotta make sure my microphone is on. Yes, it's on. I'm burning up. It's hot in here. It feels like it's gotta be close to 100. There's my wife texting me. I've had people comment and ask me how I do like A pillars and B pillars, how I do them. And first off, anytime you get up here where you get plastic trim, tape off. Take the time to tape off. It took me 20 minutes to tape off this whole camper. If I didn't tape off and I get a bunch of polish or wax on that trim, it's gonna take me an hour just to get stuff scrubbed off. It's worth the extra 20 minutes to tape off the car. Let me see what she said. She's bringing me some Mickey D's. So what I use my 3-inch polisher, my 3-inch Griot's Garage Random Orbital. I use it on speed 6 no matter what I'm doing with it, whether I'm applying a polish or one-step sealant. But I do it the same way, whether I'm using complete compound, correcting cream, or a one-step sealant. This is how I do it. Quarter over the shoulder. And I'm not afraid to get up close to that tape. Got tape on. And that's pretty much it. Typically when you're using a polish, you're gonna sit on that panel a lot longer. Move you over here. It's also how I do door handles. Grab some more one-step sealant. Now my 3-inch polisher, I just put 2 good size squirts on it. It fits right in there perfect. Right around that door handle, and all the way up against that tape. And that's how I do that. You notice that it goes right around the door handle. I get right up against that tape. That tape's protecting the black. I can get all the way up against the edge. Get this thing good and waxed. And that's it as far as me showing you me doing anything with the 3-inch polisher and doing the pillars and stuff. Now normally if I'm using a polish or correcting cream, I'm gonna sit on here a lot longer and take my time, but this is just a quick wax on this video. And when you get the pillars that have the black trim, the shiny black trim that you get swirl marks in, you can also use do the exact same thing with this. You can sit there and you can work in, there's my wife texted me again. You can work that into that trim and remove those swirl marks pretty easily. Now it's time to put the headphone in, put this in a time lapse, and we'll see what we can do here. My wife's bringing me food here soon, so I might come over and shut this off. So there you go. All I gotta do now is wait for this side to dry, and then I'm gonna remove the wax and I'll move on. I think this is the only one I'm gonna do a time lapse in, and then once I get done with the whole vehicle, I think I'll give you guys a complete walk around and we'll wrap this video up. All the wax is on. Let's take it off. That's pretty much it for wax removal. I'm gonna end this here, wax the other side, wax the back, and then it's gonna be done, and then we'll just do a final video afterwards so you can see what it looks like after. Okay, it's all done. I got the whole car waxed, got the tire shine put on, cleaned the windows. I actually polished, or waxed the windows, not polished, polished on the brain. Waxed the windows and did some trim coat on the plastic on the mirrors and a couple of the window trim. I'm gonna take you for a quick walk around inside so you can kind of see it in the same light setting you saw it to begin with. And hopefully you remember the very first video, what it looked like. I'm wore out, people. Turned out really, really, really good. And it is really glossy. The light's not doing it justice in here, so I put some trim coating on the mirror. Tires and wheels look really good. That's Adam's tire shine, by the way. You remember what it all looked like up here. And there's a bunch of streaks all through there. And then everything underneath, all the windows have streaks underneath of them. Remember that trend had streaks all over it. Oh, I need to show you guys the top. But the ladder's on the other side of the door because I had the door open. Sorry, it's kind of a bad video. See how glossy it is up there where the lights are reflecting off the gray. We'll see in a minute. The sun is starting to look like it's going to come out, so we'll take it outside. Alright, let me pull it outside and we'll come right back. Alright, here we go. It's outside. The sun is hitting it. Hitting the Purdue plate perfectly, where it's putting a Purdue emblem on the ground. Can't see my screen, so hopefully this is working good. Really good. I gotta go over it and check it for any wax that I might have missed. See if we can catch any of the sparkle in the paint. Wish I could see my screen. Hopefully it's picking up the gloss on the side. Turned out really, really, really good. Well, that's a wrap on the RV, and I'm wore out. I mean, I've been sweating my butt off and probably sweat 5 gallons of sweat out today, it seems like. These rags, these, oh, I'm hot, and Shiny's Details, I'm sorry, Shiny Details. These, what I would call they call edgeless. There are 15 of them for $20. These things worked great at removing the wax on here, and as long as they hold up through some washes, then $15 for these is a great deal. These things worked really well. In fact, I brought 10 of them. I bought 20, but I brought 10, and I've still got 3 left. So I used 7 of them on this entire camper before I noticed, because you can kind of tell when a microfiber is not really taking wax or polish off, it kind of starts to smear it a little bit. that's when you know to go to the next, get another towel. And I've still got 3 left. These things, I washed them twice, like I did my the drying towel. I washed them twice, and they are very, very soft. And these are not going to scratch your paint. I guarantee these ain't going to scratch your paint. And I forgot to mention in the last video, the drying towel worked great. It worked really well. Dried the car, the parts that I used it on, dried it just like Griot's Garage PFM and Adams's, I don't remember what they call theirs, but I have one. But those really expensive drying towels, it works just like them. It worked really well. So on this, basically we washed it and we put one-step sealant on it. It was actually pretty straightforward and easy to do. It's just a really big vehicle and just took a lot of time. And I had to have picked the hottest day, 2 days to do it that we've had this year, unfortunately. But I can tell you that the polishing was easier than the wash. The wash was difficult yesterday. The polishing was actually pretty simple, the waxing, whatever you want to call it. So that's it. I mean, it looks really good. I did the trim restorer as well. I put the Adams tire shine on the tires. I used the Griot's Garage wheel cleaner on the wheels, and all the black streaks are gone. In fact, I showed you this morning when I came in, the real faint ones where I cleaned it, they're not even there now after using that one-step sealant. In fact, let me just show you real quick so everybody believes me. If you remember this morning, I stood right here by this window. Right there was a streak. It was just really light. It is gone. And then all those streaks underneath these trends, they are gone. And you could see them this morning when I came in, even though I cleaned them. You could see where they were. You could see right where they were at, underneath the trend and underneath the window. After I had cleaned it and let it dry overnight, it wasn't bad, but you could definitely see it. But the one-step sealant, got rid of that. This thing is streak-free and looks amazing. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button while you're down there. Hit that little bell next to it so every time I upload a video, you will be notified. And we will just see you next time.